business that are accredited by AACSB. AACSB is the premier accrediting body for business schools worldwide. Only about 15% of business schools worldwide are accredited. You may not recall, but until almost 1980, 2/3 of the world's population existed in communist countries, and they didn't have any business schools. Think about it. 2/3, this is very recent. 1980, 2/3 of the world population existed in communist countries. Most of the prominent business schools in the world were in the United States. Even Europe was behind. European universities historically did not have business schools. The business programs in Europe were typically attached to the local Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce sponsored those programs. It's only been in the last 30 or 40 years that mostly the economics departments of universities in Europe have gravitated toward business programming and created business schools and so forth. A few other prominent schools were in Asia, Japan in particular, but the extraordinary increase in the number of schools worldwide has occurred because of countries like China adopting the market system. This is business education is about business management, and management is a notable occupation. So whether you're an accounting major or a finance major, marketing, it doesn't matter. You're entering a profession that basically serves the public by being successful. If you're doing well, it's probably because you're providing a service or a good that benefits society. So I think for me it's a noble profession. You all are among the elite. Business curriculum is basically the same at every business school in the country. I could almost tell you what the business core is. It's just like ours at most schools in the country. The major may be somewhat different, but the fact that you have performed extremely well in a common curriculum puts you above everybody else. I think that what you've done, I know what hard work is about. I wasn't a student early on, like many of you, but eventually I became a serious student. And the thing with me is I realized I was behind. The sad thing is, if you pass over the acquisition of knowledge, you can never replace those hours you lost. Well, the fact that I wasn't a serious student until I was a junior in college meant I gave up a lot of hours that I could have used to acquire knowledge. And now it's a challenge because I don't know everything I want to know. The fact that you are great learners obviously is related to intelligence, but also discipline and curiosity. Today, the most important citizens throughout the world are those with technical and motivational and knowledge and leadership skills. The most important people in the world are those who can do things, solve problems for everybody else. And you should be among that group. I do have some advice, some quick advice. We recently had an executive in residence who came here and spent 2 days talking to 9 different classes. And in each class, he sort of did a survey. Who's reading the Wall Street Journal, which is sitting out in the hall every morning? And his conclusion was, students were not generally reading the Wall Street Journal. That's a sad thing. The Wall Street Journal is important. And I suspect that you're not guilty. of passing over that opportunity to acquire knowledge. I do have a couple of suggestions though. This is, the Wall Street Journal is a daily publication, except for Sunday. This is The Economist. It's a British publication. It is a weekly. And this is a much, for my money, a much superior publication. And it's about the world, not just mostly about the U.S. I would encourage you, as you go out, you know, as you continue your career here, or as you go out into the world, to start spreading your wings intellectually. And this will help you. An even more prominent guide to what's going on in the rest of the world is a publication that comes out, I believe, every 2 months. It's called Foreign Affairs. Extraordinarily well written about what's going on in the rest of the world. So, if I could give you anything, it would be the advice to take a look at these publications, because I think it will give you more and more background about what's out there. We have really dedicated this college to a cross-cultural environment. And you know that. You know because of your classes that there are lots of kids from other countries across the universe, for over 40 different countries, in fact. I'm guessing that some of you will land in foreign countries. If you think about what's going on in the corporate America, it's not really corporate America. It's corporate universe. How many businesses do you think are in Pittsburgh who are headed by someone who didn't grow up in the U.S.? Think about it. Bayer, Kennametal, some major automobile companies are no longer run by the people that we're familiar with, like the Fords. So all I'm saying is you better get used to that kind of world, and I'm hoping this will help you get used to it. We are, in a sense, married. This is going to be your alma mater forever. You're not going to go get another bachelor's degree just for the heck of it. So please stay engaged with your college, because